Hello and good morning. Checking in to see if all is working and set up. Okay, so this morning was a little bit of a rush. Well, not really a bit of a rush. I'm right now in Mexico City and I'm trying to figure out how this tripod works. I had it all set up and then now it's like, oh my god, not working. Great, I'm here live again. Hi mom, you've been waiting for me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me loud and clear? It'd be great for you to help me and test out. Just send through a message if all is good. Let me check if I can see the comment tabs. Okay, you're watching, right? All right. I'm at the top of a terrace, and I'm really hoping because I've never really used these. Okay, I got a thumbs up, so that means that you can hear me. Okay, perfect. Yes, yay. Okay, ready to go. I am at a rooftop here in. Hi, Katya. I would love to do Facebook Live with you too. I'm a rooftop here in Mexico City. This morning, woke up in a hostel. Roma and I have been here the past three days, showing calligraphy yoga to Mexico City, and it's been amazing. But we've been sleeping in a hostel, and I've been finding how difficult it is to sleep in a different bed again and to move and live out of a backpack. I haven't been a nomad for a while, like a proper nomad moving from place to place. And so I am, let me just check, really dealing with puffy eyes and sleepless nights and not being used to the bed that I'm sleeping in. Hi, Diana. And yeah, so I woke up this morning and we did some Kundalini practices, some breath work, and that just really just got me going. So now I'm here, got Wi-Fi connected. I'm waiting for Iris. So Iris is from Germany, and she moved to Rio, I think about a month ago, and she is watching, so she is live, so she can actually share her own story. But we met in Portugal last year, and I love this woman, and I can't wait for us to have a conversation, for her to go live with me. So I'm gonna bring her on. So Iris, if your phone is horizontal, I'm gonna send you a request. In. Waiting. Let's check. So Iris and I met at a social impact gathering. Hello, Iris.
Hola, Amanda.
Check.
How are you doing?
Hello.
Is everything all right?
Hi. Yes, I can hear you now.
Cool.
Perfect.
Very well.
Yay. So when I asked Iris, I think 2 weeks ago, would you like to go on a live with me? She's like, oh my God, no, this is too scary, but hell yes, I'm going for it. I was like, that's my girl. I love it.
Sure.
How you doing? How you feeling right
I'm
now?
pretty good.
Is
One
this
question
is
is allowed to smoke on Facebook.
what? Are you what?
It's like, I'm still smoking.
I
No,
can't
but
really hear you.
wait. Now, better.
Much better. Yes.
Cool.
Did you say
I'm
can
still
I
smoking.
smoke? Oh,
Yeah.
you can do whatever you like,
We
really.
can do whatever.
You can do whatever you want. you're like you could just sit in your bra if you wanted to just sit in your bra. You could do whatever you want.
I just put on a bra just for you.
Well, thank you so much for coming live on Facebook. We had a
I'm
chat.
scared.
You're scared. That's okay. Well, it's good to be. Well, you're here. You've made the first step,
Yes, we're
right?
here. Oh,
Going live. So that's amazing. And Teddy is watching.
hey, hey,
I can see
Teddy.
that.
Long time no see, Teddy.
So yeah, so I brought you here because I really admire everything that you've gone through, the journey that you've been on the past few years and everything that you've experienced. And we had a beautiful chat last week. And yeah, I really wanted to know and see what is it that I know there's many things that we've learned in our lives, but maybe something that you wish to share that you've learned the past 2 months of making that move, because you just moved to Brazil. I mean, moved like as a nomad to
Traveling. Yeah.
experience what it would be like to book a one-way ticket across the world and just see what happens, right? So I don't
Yeah.
know if there's
Yes, and to see what happens.
anything that you'd like to share of yeah, what you've learned from this experience, like what made you go to Brazil, and what yeah, how you feeling now? Yes, Brazil is amazing.
Yes, fuck, Brazil is so beautiful. And the people are so amazing and so happy and so friendly. So friendly. I've never seen a society being so friendly to foreigners or in general to each other. Though, of course, the factor violence and it's dangerous, that's not a question. I've been to Rio for 1 week to Carnival. Worst decision ever. But uh, like I was sitting in my premium hostel, like just with social anxiety. I'm not going out. I'm not going out. I'm not going. But I did it. I went out twice to the blocos, and I've been to the Sambodrome, which was really cool. But it's like a shitload of people. Like we Europeans, we think we are so big, but we are not. Like Brazil, there's so many people in quantity. It's so many people, and but they're beautiful. They like everyone is friendly. Everyone is always like, "Oh, your Portuguese is so good." While in Portugal, like we all know, no one's speaking Portuguese to you. Everyone's speaking English. And here, "Oh, your Portuguese is so good," just because you can say, "Oh, I don't speak Portuguese." So it's really cute, and I really enjoy. For me, yeah, the one-way ticket booking was quite easy and cheap, but then arriving and as we spoke, like this whole nomad thing is totally not my thing. This being with different people every day is totally exhaustive for me. They're beautiful people, but it's like every day someone else. You don't have control over who's
Mm.
staying how long and what's happening, and you just connected with someone, and then this someone is gone, just somewhere. And same with yourself. You're leaving, you're going there, and you don't know where to go, and you're totally flexible. People ask you, where do you go next? And you're like, actually, I have no idea. Maybe to the supermarket. and
Uh,
and taking a shower is always a good option here.
mm,
And so yeah, it's like it has this both sides. And as I always try to repeat, it's not easy. A lot of people telling you traveling is so fun and so easy and so sparkling, and the sun is shining in Brazil. Yeah, when you're as white as me, that's not fun the first days. And so I saw so many tourists who went to the sun the first day like totally excited, like oh, and they totally underestimated the UV factor here, and they came home so red, and that means staying at home 1 week, right? And that's shit. Like it's just on the other side in Rio we had a lot of rain, which is normal to this time,
mhm.
and a lot of tourists, especially Europeans, were like, "Oh, it's raining. I want to go out." And I was like, "Yeah, go out. You're in Rio." "No, it's raining." And it's like, "Yeah, there's the most beautiful thunderstorm we have as a rooftop. We have caipirinha, so let's go watch the thunderstorm." "No, it's raining. I want sun in my." Like, okay. And it's like, as always, it's the expectation and
Mm,
reality, and if you're disappointed or not. I had not many. Yeah, of course, I had expectations, but like since in Portugal, I already met a lot of Brazilian people. My best friend is Brazilian, and he taught me so much about this culture, the music, the dances, And this was something on Carnival, like when you don't know the music, everyone's singing, everyone knows the dance, and you're in the middle of there. You don't know what to dance, you don't know the song, and you can be drunk as fuck, but it's still, you're not part of it, right? And it's really cool to know at least a little bit, and at least to speak a little bit Portuguese, and then it's really, really cool. It's exciting, but it's exhaustive. It's really,
It
really
is.
exhaustive. I found a little paradise here with monkeys.
Oh, beautiful. Because where are you now? Are you in Rio or are you in Bahia? Where did you
I'm
move
back in
to?
Paraty.
Paraty.
I'm now in Paraty, which is a tiny city 2 hours by bus from Rio. And it's like beautiful here. A lot of nice beaches. The city here is really tiny, very historical, very old, and totally vivid. It's really fun. Like you go out whatever day in the night and there's some party going on. That's like, and it's such a tiny city. A lot of tourists because of Carnival, claro.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, I'm staying here a couple of days. And
So is
then
it
I
what
think I'm going
is,
to, huh?
sorry, is this what you expected it to be? Because you were talking about expectations and how your trip was going to be
Mm,
before you left.
I thought I would plan more because I am more in control, and at some point I just stopped. Like I always just booked the hostels a couple of days, or now here I came back for some reason, and I had this clear path. Okay, you're going to Sao Paulo, you're going to Rio, then you go to Bahia, and now I'm back here and thinking of going to Minas Gerais, Belo Horizonte, which is supposed to have the best food and the best drinks,
Okay.
and you always get me with food, right? Mm. And so I'm totally open, like no idea, which is quite,
Unusual?
again, it's not reliable. When people,
Okay.
yeah, for me, no, totally not usual. And like people texting, when are you coming back to Rio? We want to go out. And I'm like, I don't know. And that's actually not my style. And I hated this with other nomads, like when they were in Lisbon and they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, come on, get your shit together.
Stop
And
this free flowing, the free flowing. Oh, I'm just gonna
yeah,
feel into it. Do I want to go? Do I
yeah.
want to go there? Do I want to go there? Hmm.
Maybe, maybe not. Let's see how I feel. Yeah, that's the thing. And now I'm like that. This is gives more empathy,
Yeah, yeah,
more
yeah.
tolerance.
And
But yeah, that's my thing.
why do you say you're this is not for you, like the nomad lifestyle? Is it the moving around
Mm,
and
yeah, the moving around and getting used to a new bed every time.
oh,
Like I prefer at least my own four walls, like, and the supermarket, this way to the supermarket, which is a routine, like going, doing your groceries, knowing where the shit is, having your brands, and I'm really missing this. And I hated it so much 3 years ago when I went abroad. I hated it, like going to the same shelf every Saturday. Like every Saturday I went to the fresh market and to the supermarket and to the same shelves and the same products. And I hated myself for that. And now I'm missing this so much. Like,
missing
in
routine?
every city you,
Mm.
yes, this routine. In every city you have to figure out, where do I go? Where do I eat? Where is it good, but where is it not so expensive? Oh, where can I
It's
have a
tiring.
good vegan meal? Yes,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
And how do people travel without Google?
Yeah, no, where's good Wi-Fi?
And
Because that's as well. Like
oh yeah.
we are not just traveling. Like you're also working on your thesis, and so it's like this digital nomad life. And we had it the last few days here in Mexico, where it's like, where can we find a good place to sit, and that's not too noisy, that the food isn't too expensive, that they're not going to kick us out for just drinking a tea for 2 hours,
Yeah.
3 hours, sipping on one cup of tea. And it's like you're walking around town and trying to find a place, and you finally find one, and it's like, ah, and then the music is too loud or
Yeah.
something. It's like, oh my God, ah, this digital nomad lifestyle. It looks so fancy
Yeah.
on screen. Everyone is like, I want to be a digital nomad. But I'm like, oh, really? Really?
Yeah, look at us. The sun in our faces, we are beautiful. The nature, like, look at us, the blue sky. And what does it mean finding Wi-Fi? It always looks so sparkling, and
Yeah.
most time it's not.
Exactly.
But on the other side, it's beautiful to swim in a hot beach. Like I remember 2 weeks ago, I've been the first time in a hot ocean, like the first time in my whole life. And it was
Wow.
like I was like a kid. Like I've never been. I just know the European cold oceans, like boring. And then I went here totally alone. Like I took this day just on my own, and
Oh,
I went in there. And
lovely.
I had a caipirinha, and I was like a child. Like I called my dad, like, "Oh my God, look at me!"
And so is there something like for you that if you can go back to like a year or 2 years ago, because I've seen the transformation in a year within you, like what what would you like to have told your younger self a year ago that you wish maybe that you'd known then?
That's a good question. Hmm. There's one decision I took uh, half a year ago, which I wouldn't, regarding work and getting the money for the travels, which I really wouldn't do like this. It was like, yeah, the easiest way. And this I really don't regret. I learned a lot, but still I regret. And I would have liked to do something more, yeah, like something which suits me, not working somewhere randomly to get the money with random people who are like shit and totally not evolved. That
Mm.
definitely. And on the other side, like I had this conversation with a beautiful girl I met in Russia. She told me like maybe I'm too naive. And I said, no, this naivete is beautiful. But actually, yeah, when I arrived in Lisbon, like this totally excitement, being trusting everyone, that maybe like getting because I was old enough. Like I knew I had all this experience, but still you go abroad, everything's new.
Hmm.
And this I would like not don't trust everyone. Go out and select as you are selective at home. And yeah, don't be needy.
Needy, okay, yeah. Just to not to accept everything that comes your way, like really feel into
Yeah.
it uh, and if it is aligned with your values and your goals, because like you said, like
Yes.
we can take a job, and I've had offers like to do a job that I'm like, yeah, I could do that, but is that really what I want to do? And often we do go with the money side because we're like we want to have the
Yeah,
money
we
so
do.
we can
We do.
live the nice life. And but sometimes, and I've had a conversation with someone before, if we um, I wouldn't say reject, but if we pass on that opportunity of something that it's not aligned with our values, you'll bring in you'll bring in what you're truly here to do, like more aligned with your purpose. So it's like you're saying no to something that you're like, oh my god, that's so crazy that I said no to that job with all that money, but something else that's more aligned with what you want to do will come into your life. So that's, I truly
Yeah.
believe in that. So I'm like, yes. Yeah,
Yes,
wow.
I
But
totally
now you're
agree.
gonna,
Yeah.
and now you're gonna be in Rio for how long? Or Paraty? Or Brazil? You're just
I
free
don't know.
flowing?
Yeah,
See?
I'm kind of refilling, and
See how it
then
goes?
yes, I'm planning to go back to Rio for 3 or 4 days, because I didn't do any tourist shit, like because it was Carnival and I was so
Mm-hmm.
anxious about all the people. So I'm going back for 3 days,
Mm-hmm.
meeting a friend, and to just do the tourist shit. And then I'm still not decided. You recommended a beautiful project to me in Bahia. I just
Bahia.
checked out today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in Itacaré. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
like either going to Minas or going to Bahia immediately. Don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I really need to take some time to work actually because I was quite lazy the last 2 weeks.
And it's like maybe I'll explain to people that like what, like you're saying, like how to do work. Some people do want to get into this lifestyle, like to go and travel and work. How do you set yourself up to create that routine to go, okay, now I need to go and work? What's your motivation to go and pick a spot?
Um, Good question. Two answers. First of all, I'm totally failing in this. Like, since I'm here, I'm not working. So, it's like don't work. I work randomly some days when I feel like it, but that's not working, right? Um, and so a lot of routines I had, like learning Portuguese every morning and studying 2 hours a day. Uh, it's like 2 days a week, and that's not enough. That's not work. That's weekend.
Mm.
So I think if you want to go
Mm-hmm.
abroad and you want to live this lifestyle, you should be pretty sure that first of all, you love what you're doing. So you will do it when other people come home totally fucked on cocaine and on drugs and whatever and want to go party with you. And you stay there with your fucking laptop and you tell them to shut the fuck up and let you work. If you're able to do that, I'm not. I took my laptop. I didn't jump into the party, but I took my laptop and left. Like I couldn't be in this environment and work. So you have to be pretty sure
Mm-hmm.
that you either book places and stay in places where it's calm, what I'm going to do the next month, or that you're resistant to this lifestyle, or you can like really morning I work, nights I'm going out and go crazy. I'm not good
Yeah.
in this.
Yeah.
And the second might be you have to know who you are. I think it's coming back to this self-worth thing again from what
Mm-hmm.
John is always telling and working with, in which this work is so important and so beautiful. If you don't know who you are, you're going to be really
Yeah.
stressed out. And I'm
Mm.
lucky enough to be raised. I know who I am wherever I go, and I know whatever happens, I make one phone call and I'm at home, and or I just book a flight myself and go. So I think if you're not stable in yourself, you're going to do a lot of crazy stuff you don't want to do. And I saw this especially in Rio on Carnival. I saw a lot of young, I don't know why it's always women, but men as well, but more women who were so insecure in themselves that communication is really hard for them, especially when you speak
Mm-hmm.
English. And they always felt misunderstood. They saw that you always go into this violent communication, into this defensive and offensive communication, then you don't feel
Yeah.
at home. And
Yeah.
if you cannot do this, if you don't have this skill, then you will not feel so good, or you will hang around with the wrong people. What I call wrong,
More people.
always subjective.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, exactly. I love that. And I love how you say about the environment as well, because that makes such a huge deal to be somewhere a little bit more grounded and to surround yourself with the
Yeah.
people that you admire and that are in the same kind of vibration as you. And yeah, and it's good. It's good to go out and party and have fun, but you need to have that balance as
Of
well,
course.
and for you to have your
Of
space and
course.
your own time. Yeah. Oh, thank you for
Yeah.
sharing that. So I think because that's really important,
Thank you for
I
making me
guess, for
believe
those
it.
in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for those that
Yeah.
caught in later, like Iris, um, like if you go to the back to the beginning of the I invited Iris to come live, and she said, "Oh, I'm not so sure," but that's because that's why I will come on live. So I think that's amazing to just in a way, like you're saying, like free flowing. But what I really love about you, and that is the German, and it's a really good value, is to commit. You do commit when you have
Yeah.
uh, a word. Like your word is your word, and I
Yeah.
do love
Of
that
course.
about you. Yeah, because
Yeah.
we can feel shit
But
and
that's
we
the
can
secret.
feel like sick, but if and that's something as well that I'm learning. Like I always overcommitted a bit, maybe too much. I never really set my boundaries, but I do think it's very important to not go too much with the. We can feel into the moment, but we can also take it too far. Like right now, I'm too sick, so I can't go. But if you say that you're sick, then you are sick. You create your reality.
Yeah.
So if it's like I'm not in the right mood, but hey, no, but this is something that's gonna help me grow, and it's stepping up. Like you're always on an adventure. Like I love you. Like you're just so courageously just going for it. And like yeah, this is if we can
Not
all adapt
always.
that. Yeah,
I
it's
had my
okay. It's
days,
okay.
and you know, I had my days when I
It's
took the wrong
learning.
train and then I couldn't move anymore. So,
Oh yeah.
but you remember?
I
Oh
remember
man, I
that.
haven't
All
cried
right.
that hard as this shitty day, but it was so necessary. Fuck. But
But from
that's the secret,
everything you
and
learn,
that's what I.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
all those
And
experiences.
that's
Yeah.
about courage, even for people like me who are not naturally like this, who are not born as a digital nomad. Like we know some characters you can see immediately that they are totally perfect for this life. I'm not. I'm still trying, I'm still doing, and I'm still learning until I don't want to anymore. And that's courage. It doesn't mean that it's
Mm,
not hurting. It just means you go. And at some point you can go back, but at some point you continue or you be stuck. And I don't like the feeling of being stuck.
stuck.
I'm meeting
Yeah.
too many people who are so unsatisfied.
Mm, mm. Ah,
So let's
thank
be
you.
courageous.
Yeah, let's be
Thank
courageous.
you. Oh my God, it
Is
wasn't
there anything that you
that
feel
hard.
like you wanted? It wasn't. See, it's not that hard. Like it's the first step is just coming
Didn't hurt.
live, but then it's just like us two having a conversation. And yeah, maybe there's a few other 100 people that will tune in later, but who cares? It's just us right now having a
Don't
conversation.
tell me.
Uh, no, it's not that
No.
hard. And that's the thing with everything in life. We all think it's so difficult. Oh, but as soon as you do it, the more you do it, the easier it gets. It's just like a muscle. You go to the
Yeah.
gym, you need to practice that muscle. And yeah, it'll just get
Yes.
easier and easier.
That's the best words. Yeah,
Mm.
that's the best words. What one day it was your workout, will one day just your warm up. And it's the same with
Oh,
traveling.
I like that. Yeah.
I got this from a very big Instagram influencer. I don't know why I follow her, but sometimes she has good quotes. And so yeah, but like I remember 10 years ago, like yeah, 10 years ago, like my first train trip to my then ex-boyfriend to Munich, like 6 hours in the train, and I was so scared. And now I'm in Brazil.
Yeah,
So 10 years of
exactly.
practice and training.
Exactly. Is there anything else that you think that you'd love to share that you think it would be valuable for people to hear something about your journey that you wish you I mean you already shared that
Mm.
before, like something you wish you'd learned, you'd heard a year ago. But maybe there's anything else that's
So
like right now that you're
much.
like,
So much.
you're this is the mic is
Don't
yours.
believe
Like you're
people.
free to chat to
The
talk
mic
whatever
is yours.
you to
I
what, sorry?
think um, I think the most important thing is for me what I learned is don't believe the people at first sight. Like they,
Oh,
especially this
I'm
sparkling
sorry.
environment. Oh,
Maybe others can hear you, but I didn't hear you. What did you? Could you repeat what you just said?
of course. My back is everything all right? Yeah. I
Yeah.
think like the most important thing is don't believe people at first sight. Like talk to them and understand that, especially on travels, people have their mechanisms. So if you want to meet the
Mm.
real person, be honest, be yourself, and go away from those stupid questions like where are you from? We all know I have some issues with that, and go away from this. Ask people weird stuff. Try to really taste the character. Let them open up and let them feel that you're a real person. Because otherwise you'll be stuck in these nomad mechanisms. Like, where are you from? Let's have a drink. Let's go out. Blah 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 blah. If you want
I
to really
love
meet
that.
people, take some
Yeah.
effort and do it and ask interesting questions and be yourself. Without
Mm.
being yourself, you will not meet another real person.
Yeah. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. I love it.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Iris.
Thank you, Amanda. I'm still so
And
nervous. I don't want to even know how many people were listening.
don't have to look at that. Don't have to look at that. It's fine. I hope you have a beautiful day and enjoy your time in Brazil, and that you find some peace and quiet to finish off your thesis. And if anyone has any questions, yeah, reach out about Brazil, whether it is about the nomad lifestyle, um,
Or Brazil,
or Brazil, yeah,
or
uh,
everything, just
or
everything.
everything in life.
Oh, by the
Contact
way,
Iris.
the best thing about Brazil is my hair. I
Your
have
hair.
curls in Brazil because it's so humid.
So if you have straight hair and you want to have curls, go to Brazil.
Yeah. If you want to have curls, go to Brazil. And if you want to lose weight and you're vegetarian or vegan, go to freaking Brazil because you're going to starve.
Oh well. It's so much meat there, isn't it?
Oh
Yeah.
hell. And
Mm,
when you just
yeah.
order something without meat, they look so strange. But no, they're in the cities, they're beautiful vegan restaurants. But yeah, it's
Mm,
interesting. If you want to lose weight,
yeah.
Brazilian diet works.
Well, here as well, Mexico is very similar. I guess anywhere you go to the outskirts would be the same. I think if you want to have a good lifestyle, you go to Bali or Chiang Mai. They're like the two nomad hotspots for amazing food, cheap life, great accommodation. But all right, Iris,
Cool.
thank you.
Thank you so much, Amanda.
And
And
yeah,
have
we'll
a
chat
beautiful
soon.
day.
You too. Much
Yes,
love.
we will. And for everyone who listened, thank you so much.
Yes, yes. Thank you, everyone. And any questions, leave them in the comments. I think there were a few, so I'll see if Maya wrote something down and I'll respond. All right.
Okay, cool.
Bye.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you too.